Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel, Prince Automation Destination. This side Prince. I hope you are doing well. So today we are going to continue our discussion on Vibium, and as part of today's discussion, we are going to talk about Vibium with Python library to perform interaction with browser. So let us quickly recap what we covered in the previous sessions. So what is Vibium? Vibium is a new tool introduced by Jason Huggins, the developer of Selenium. So what is it? Similar to other browser automation clients like Selenium, Playwright, right? So this is also a client which makes browser automation easy with the help of AI agents such as GitHub Copilot, Claude, Gemini, and many others which support MCP protocol. Also, it is available in the form of library, so humans can download those libraries to interact with the browsers. What it internally uses? So it internally uses WebDriver BiDi, that is WebDriver bidirectional protocol, which is a W3 standard, W3C standard, right? So it is available in four modes, TS and JS, which we have already covered. MCP server version also we covered. And today, as part of today's discussion, we are going to talk about Python. And for CLI, previously there were some issues. I had interaction with Jason Huggins over the LinkedIn, and he has fixed the same. I'll be covering it separately. Now, what are the components of Vibium? So when we use Vibium, we don't need to install the browser. It automatically downloads the browser, and it uses Chrome for testing, right? So it automatically detect and launch the browser with the BiDi enabled. And as like in Selenium, we have driver exe by which the commands are communicated to the browser. So in this case, BiDi proxy is responsible for the same, right? And for MCP server, this is standard input-output interface, which is something related to MCP that I have already covered. Also, Vibium has auto-wait mechanism as like Playwright. So before interacting with the element, it polls to the element and wait for some time. Also, it has some option to take the screenshot in the form of PNG. Now, why Vibium? Because once you install Vibium, it provides 22 browser commands using which we can interact with browser. There is not much configuration needed, meaning we don't need to install the browser, so zero configuration. And this is a standardized approach because it is using W3C WebDriver BiDi. So this is a W3C compliance protocol that it is using. So this is standardized, and it is quite lightweight. The size of the library is less than 10 MB. Flexible, we can use it as a CLI, MCP, or library. So it is flexible enough, right? Now this is the architecture. So this is the Vibium library, right, which is available in different formats, right? MCP server is available, CLI commands is available. So we can interact with Vibium library with the help of LLM, and Vibium library that in turn will be connecting with browser using the BiDi. Similarly, we can use like Python or JSTS to interact with this particular Vibium to perform the interaction with browser, right? Now, what are the prerequisites? So if we are using TS or JS, CLI or MCP based flavors, then we need Node, and for Python, we need Python library, right? So what is the requirement? So first thing is we should have Python installed. So it should be having version greater than 3.9. And then we need to create a project, navigate to the same using CMD, or we can use Pycharm. And when we work with Python, we need to create a virtual environment. So if we are using Pycharm, then you can directly choose VNV option, and it will automatically create the virtual environment. So it is similar to a Java project, which is having a pom.xml, and each project has its isolated libraries, right? Then we need to actually activate virtual environment. So this is needed when we are going via CMD, while in case of Pycharm, it is not needed. Then we can install Vibium using pip command, right? So pip is a package manager for Python. Then we are ready to write our first script, right? So let us quickly check the Python version. So Python -- version. So I'm having 3.14.3. So you can download it, and then you need to set the environment variable as well. So let me quickly show you. So if I show you, I have already added Python. So if you will take a look at this, I have added the path for Python 3.14 also we have added Python 3.14 as well as script section, right? So we need to add these two paths in order to use Python to be available globally, right? So once you have installed this Python, then either we can use CMD or we can use Pycharm, right? In my case, I'm already having Pycharm. So let me open Pycharm and I have created a project. So what I'm going to do is new project, and then I'm going to point to the same location. So this is the location where I'm having this Python project. So if I show you, so this is what I have done, right? So Vibium Python project, right? Vibium and Python project. Okay. And then what we need to do, so if you will notice, as I mentioned, that it need a virtual environment. So we need to select this particular project VNV, and we need to select this particular Python version as well, right? Okay. And if you will see at the left hand side, we need to select this Python project, right? When you will click on create, it will create the project. Okay. So it has created the project. Okay. Now what is needed, right? So first of all, let us navigate here. So if you will notice, this project is created, right? And .pnv is also created, right? So now you will start seeing this, right? And now this Vibium is not available. So one way to add the Vibium is we can click on this, go to settings, and then you will see Python and select interpreter, and make sure you are selecting the right Python version, right? So if you will click on plus, and then you can search Vibium. Okay. So this is one way that you can use. Another way is you can simply open terminal, right? And let us use the command pip install. Make sure that it's pointing to the same project, right? Pip install and Vibium. So now it will download the Vibium library. Okay, so it is successfully installed. So if I show you, so now you will start seeing Vibium, right? So what is the next thing? Next thing is we need to add our first project or first class or first file, right? For that purpose, we need to right click on the root project, click on new and add Python file. And let us give hello.py, right? So for Python, we need to add py extension, right? So we have added this particular extension, right? Now we need to import that particular library in order to use it, right? So for that purpose, I have these things already available. So let me quickly check this. Or what we can do is, yeah, so we can use the same approach that we used in case of TSJS, right? So first of all, we need to import the library. So this is how we import the library. So let me go here. So this is how we import the library. Next thing is we need to launch the browser. Okay, so this is how things happens. So using browser.launch, we are launching the browser, and then we are launching to the page, meaning we are activating the page or we are utilizing the page. On that particular page, the control will go for Vibium, right? Now what we can do is we can go to inputs field, right, of Internet Hero Cup site, right? So I'm going to the input field where I'm going to enter a number, right? So I'm simply going to use this particular field. So vibe.go is used to navigate to a particular URL, and then vibe.find is used to find the like locator. So if I, for example, go to Internet UI, so what I'm doing is I'm going to input first of all, right? And then I'm trying to enter the data into this particular field, right? So for navigating to this particular field, I'm using vibe.go, and then using vibe.find, I'm providing the CSS selector for this particular field. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to enter the data into it, right? So for that purpose, let me go here, field dot type, and let us copy this as well, right? So to confirm, what we will do is we will take the screenshot as well, right? So this is how we write the syntax. So vibe dot screenshot, so it will take the screenshot of this particular page. Let us give it name input dot png, and let us change this as well, input dot png, so that the correct statement is printed, right? What is the next thing? Now what I'm going to do is I'm simply going to this particular checkboxes page, right? And going to click on this particular checkbox, right? So for that purpose, what I have done is I have used another vibe.go, right? And vibe.go, and now I'm navigating to checkboxes. Then using this particular vibe.find, which is similar to find element in Selenium, I'm locating the element checkbox, right? And then I'm performing a click, right? So if I like now let us take a screenshot as well. So for this, I'm again going to copy this, okay? And let us give it name checkbox this time. Checkbox.png, right? And now what is the next thing? So we need to close it as well, right? So for that purpose, what we would need is we need to use bro.close, right? So what was bro? This is browser.launch that we have initialized, right? So this will close the browser. Now what we need to do? We need to simply right click on this, run this, and you will notice that it will launch the Chrome browser. And if you will notice, this is Chrome for testing. It is not the Chrome browser, right? So it automatically invoke Chrome for testing browser, and then it enter the data. Now it navigated checkboxes and clicked on the checkboxes. So I can show you the screenshot. So this is for input.png where we entered 42, and this is checkbox.png where it selected first checkbox, right? So in this case, the browser is launched, right? So if you want to, for example, like here, run it in the headless mode. So let me go to the official documentation. So for that purpose, if you want to, for example, run it in headless mode, so there is an option available, right? This one, right? So you need to simply provide headless equal to true during launching the application, right? Okay, so if I now run it, and let me remove these screenshots, right? So that it will take it again. Just a moment. Similarly, this one as well. Let us remove it. Okay. And now let us run it once again and see. So this time browser won't appear. So you see the things are appearing. So browser is launched in headless mode, right? So checkbox.png and input.png, right? So this is how we can run it in headless mode. So this is how we can utilize Python library to interact with the browsers with the help of Vibium library. This is what I wanted to cover as part of current discussion. So soon I'll be creating one video on CLI and then a full-fledged operations using Python as well as TS or JS-based library to perform interaction with browser. So this is what I wanted to cover, guys. Thank you for watching. I would request you to please like, share, and subscribe. Thank you once again.